All right, it's telling me that I am live. So this is kind of I've done live video before, but this is about the first one that I've done as Dumb Old Dad. So welcome to my channel. My name is Clint Carter and I am the Dumb Old Dad. And so thank you for coming to my channel and watching my video. So today I thought I would just talk a little bit about my channel, about what's happening, what I'm changing, what I'm doing, some of the new things that will be coming along the way, and hopefully some more information for each of you dads out there. So one of the things that I thought that I would do on my channel is start to add a dad joke. And so every time I would come online and do a video for everybody, at the end, I would look up a dumb dad joke, a dad joke that's usually dry humor. It usually has a pun in it. And so it's just, that's what it is. It is a dad joke. So I'm hoping that I can maybe have a dad joke at the end of each of my videos. So that is something new that I'm going to try and do. The other thing that I thought that, well, it's not really new, but I have a number of new products that companies have sent to me. In fact, I have one sitting right over here, just outside the view of the camera, and it's going to be an unboxing video, and I'll do that in a little bit. It's for little kids, so you dads out there, if you have little kids, I'm going to test out this little toy for kids. And maybe if you're looking for something for Christmas or a birthday or something like that, you can go and use this toy and give it to your kids for birthdays, for Christmas, for Halloween, or whatever you want to give gifts for. So I have a few more unboxing videos like that. And then I also have some unboxing videos and some, not really unboxing, but review videos of different items. One of the best things that's happening right now in my YouTube channel is Dr. Squatch soap. And so for some reason, there's a lot of people wanting to look up this Dr. Squatch soap. It might be because it's around Father's Day and everybody's looking for a Father's Day gift. So if you have not purchased a Father's Day gift, Dr. Squatch soap, it's pretty cool. In fact, I decided to go and buy some more. So just yesterday or today, I can't remember which, I ordered some more soap. And hopefully later I will do a video on those new types of soap that I purchased so that you can see just how good or bad, if it smells good or bad, and then what you think of it. So be watching for another Dr. Squatch video. The other thing that I thought I would do on the Dr. Squatch is that for some reason, I love saving money and I always try and get the best deal. So when I went to Dr. Squatch's site, I found three the three soaps that I really wanted to try, and then they also had a soap saver, and so I I'm gonna buy the soap saver. Then I found out you can buy it in a bundle, and so I figured out, okay, if I buy the bundle, then how much is it? And so I did the bundle, and then I figured, wait a minute, if I spend just a few more dollars, I'll get free shipping, which the shipping was like $4 or $5. So I added another soap onto it. And so there'll be a video a little bit later, and I'll show you how instead of just getting 3 soaps and the soap saver, I got 5 soaps and a soap saver for about the same money because I used one of the bundles. Somebody just showed up. It is Super Space Bro. Hey, thank you for coming and watching my videos. You're going to get your dad some. That's great. I really like the Dr. Squatch. I was very skeptical. They just come in these square bars, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm going to like this or not. But the smells are powerful, but they are manly. They're not girly smells because in normally in your shower or bath, you have all these girly smells. You have all this the shampoo, and you have the soap, and then you have the dispenser and the squishy thing, and then you've got the stuff that you put in your tub that boils over. But the Dr. Squatch stuff, it's manly type stuff. So if you're looking for a gift for your dad, I would definitely look at the Dr. Squatch. So that is another video I'm going to be doing. Then I've had a company reach out to me and would like me to do some more reviews of microphones. So in fact, I've got one of the microphones that I've done a review on right here. And so I'm going to be doing more reviews of microphones. And the one that they want me to look at is actually one of those handheld rigs, which I think I've shown before as well, where you hold it and then it has your cell phone on it and then it has a microphone. Well, this one that I'm looking at that I think I'm going to purchase and then do a review is one that has the cell phone piece. Well, actually, the bottom is actually a tripod, and then a cell phone holder, and then a light up above it, and then above that, a microphone, one of those little boom microphones, or I think they call them shotgun microphones. So I'm really excited to get that one, and hopefully I work out the details of purchasing it and having it get here. I'll probably have it in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll try it out and I'll show you what it's like, because I've had quite a few people look at some of the microphone and phone, selfie sticks that I've done reviews on. So I'm hoping to do another one. They're really cool. I like how they work, and I've had one that you can't really set it on anything. It doesn't have the tripod at the bottom. All it does is just have the thing. And it's always, I want to set it down, but I have to hold it up with my arm. And so the tripod ones, I think, are great. So those are some of the things that are coming in the near future. I also, on my cell phone, I put a number of things that I want to do. In fact, I use, if you're a YouTuber at all, I use a YouTube app called TubeBuddy. And then in TubeBuddy, if you go underneath it, there is a section called Topic Planner. And so if you go into Topic Planner, you can, I don't know if you can see it very well, probably not, but then you can put all of the ideas as you're going throughout the day, which I do all the time. I go throughout the day and I think of an idea for a video and I don't want to lose it. And so I just type it into my Topic Planner that I use for TubeBuddy. So I can share some of those ideas with you too. Oh, another comment here. My uncle used bay rum before it smelled good. Yeah. So I actually had somebody comment about bay rum and ask, does it really smell like rum? And I replied, I said, it really doesn't have an alcohol smell. And then I went out to the site and it said it has bay leaves and it has cinnamon and it has something else. I can't remember. And us guys, when we smell something, we don't know what we're smelling. We don't have any way of describing it. It smells good or doesn't smell good. And sometimes, this is kind of funny, but when something smells bad, for some reason, we have to share that with somebody. We have to oh, this smells so bad, you got to smell this. Or when something tastes terrible, it's like, oh, this tastes so terrible, you've got to taste this. I've done that with my sons, and it's a blast. My wife and my daughters, they think we're nuts, but hey, if something smells bad or tastes bad, we want to share it with somebody and have them smell it or taste it. But I did like the bay rum. It wasn't quite as itchy and scratchy as the pine tar. And the pine tar, for some reason, it is a bestseller, and it's so somebody also commented, they said it's got an exfoliant on it, and that's why it's so scratchy on your skin. Like, well, okay, I don't know anything about exfoliants, but I have seen the hand soap where it has the little blue BBs in it, and so you put it in your hands and roll it around, and then it just kind of, I don't know, scrapes up your skin a little bit and gets off all the dead skin, I guess. The definition of me, yeah. So so I don't know, like I said, I think it's because people are looking for Father's Day gifts right now. So if you're looking for Father's Day gifts, I mean, you can look back through some of my videos and you'll see some of the things I've done reviews of. And one of them just recently I looked at as I was going back through some of my videos was this nice jacket that I got from Costco. I don't think it cost very much. I think it was $29, very lightweight black jacket. But boy, it's one of my favorite jackets to go from, from the summer to the fall and fall to winter. It's not really a winter coat. It's more of a transition between summer and winter, or the transition between winter and spring. You just need a light jacket that looks good, that, kind of blocks out some of the cold or wind, but is really not a heavy coat. Because, there's only so much time that you can really wear a big heavy coat, and it just is bulky, and it's hard to put your seatbelt on, and it's hard to take off and fold and put up and everything. So a lightweight jacket is really nice, where you can put it on when you do feel a little bit chilly, but then you can take it off and it's not this big bulky thing. So that's one that I remember. If you're looking for Father's Day presents, that's a really good one. The soaps are all good. The Dr. Squatch soaps, I've really liked those. I've done, if your dad is a fisherman, I've done a couple of videos about fishing. So I've done a fishing knife. It's a blue fishing knife, and it's more of a bait knife. And then I've also done some little videos on some lures. And I have actually another video that I'm going to be posting soon about some more lures that have come in, some companies that have reached out to me. So let's see, what else do I have as far as Father's Day gifts? So another video that's coming is kayaks. So this is kind of funny. I mean, my wife didn't really buy me kayaks for Father's Day, but she kind of bought kayaks for Mother's Day, and kind of for me. So it's kind of a gift for both of us. So we have now two kayaks that we're going to be used to go down to the Snake River and go kayaking. So kayaking, I think, would be a good one for your dad. I think he'd have a lot of fun in a kayak. The other thing, recently, I just did a video of our outdoor porch. We have some new, a little bench, and we have a few chairs, and so it's like outdoor furniture. So I did a video just a week or two ago on that outdoor furniture. That one really is for my wife. So I called her. I've been asking her, what do you want for Mother's Day? What do you want for Mother's Day? And she really didn't ever come up with something. And finally, I called her and I said, okay, I'm going to the store. I'm going to get you something. And she called me and she says, well, why don't you come down to Lowe's and look at furniture, outdoor furniture? I'm like, okay, well, if that helps me find a Mother's Day present, then great. So we went down and we went to Lowe's and we went to Home Depot, and then she had looked at some other places like Fred Meyer, and we came across a set that looked pretty good that we liked. It was done during COVID-19 stuff, and so we had to be careful and not to sit in stuff, even though, there were hundreds of people in the store. But we finally picked one out, and then you can watch my video. It's about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, just before Mother's Day, and I sit on the ground and I pull out all this stuff. This is minimal assembly required, and I think we've always made a joke of that, minimal assembly required, because it's not minimal. It's quite a bit of assembly, and the instructions are okay usually, but sometimes they just don't give you all the right stuff, and they don't tell you exactly. You have to just kind of figure it out. And that's what it's like to be a dad, is you just got to figure it out. And in that video, I talk about the joke that I always say with my kids when they're asking me dumb questions about stuff like, oh, how do I take out the garbage? Or how do I empty the dishwasher? I'm like, come on, it's easy. You just got to use your brain. So that is one of my favorite sayings with my kids is use your brain. If you use your brain, you can figure things out. And when you become an adult, you go out into the real world, and guess what? You can't call your dad every weekend. Well, I guess you could, but sometimes you just sit down and you figure it out. And if you figure it out, then that's something new that you know. So don't be afraid of making a mistake when you're figuring things out. And there's a lot of stuff in our house that I've had to just figure out. We have end tables, we have coffee table, we have chairs that I bought online. So that's another one, kitchen chairs that I bought. And I had to assemble all these kitchen chairs, and sometimes it's not easy and sometimes it's not intuitive. You just have to play around with it and play around with it and play around with it until it works. So those are some of the videos that I have been looking at. So I'm going to look at my phone now and see what other ideas that I have put together. I'd like to do some more reverse videos. If you have liked some of my reverse videos, well, I've really only done one. It was a birthday party for my sister, and her daughter told me, hey, why don't you make a video and wish her happy birthday? I'm like, okay. So I have always wanted to do a reverse video, and I thought it'd be really cool to just smash this cake into a million pieces and throw everything everywhere and then do it in reverse, and then everything just comes back together, and at the very end it all works. Now, if you go out back and watch that video, I'll put links to all these videos that I'm talking about down in the description after I'm done. But at the end, I sing the very end of Happy Birthday to You. Well, you don't know this, but I worked hard to learn to sing it backwards. And there's a guy that I've been watching, and he does backwards videos. And that's the reason I've been watching his videos, is just to learn a little bit of that. So I had to learn it and memorize it backwards. So at the end of actually, it's at the very beginning of the clip, because I did it backwards, I had to sing Happy Birthday backwards. So go back and watch that again. I think you will really enjoy it. So let's see if I've got anything else on. So anniversary of engagement. I don't know if I've ever talked about that, but you know, an anniversary is when you were married, right? And that is a very memorable moment in your life. But for guys, the anniversary of engagement is even more important, because you had to do it on your own. You're the one asking. You had to figure out what to do, how to get a ring, where to propose, how to ask, all those things. That is you. And so I had decided to do that. Um, how would I say it? I decided to make that day memorable. Now, my wife doesn't really, she tries to remember it, but every year I remember our anniversary of engagement, and I do something special for my wife. So if you're looking to get some extra points with your wife, dumb dad, then remember your anniversary of engagement and then do something. Something simple. It could be just an anniversary card, or it could be an anniversary flower, maybe just a little thing of flowers. It doesn't have to be something huge and big, but use that anniversary of engagement to remind your wife about that date and time. I think she'll love it. So let's see what else I have in my list of things to do. You know, one thing that let me just tell you. So I have an iPhone, and the iPhones have the unlock with your face, right? And so either you use your face to unlock your phone, or you have to punch in all the numbers to unlock your phone. Well, it's COVID. COVID-19 is, I don't have one of those, but you put a face mask on, and guess what? You can't use your face unlocking thing anymore. I have had to click and click and click and click. The other thing that I hate is I put on regular glasses. Usually it can figure me out. My phone figures out my face with these glasses on. But if I have sunglasses on, it doesn't recognize me. And so I have to lift up I don't know if you guys have to do this, but you have to lift up your thing, flick up the thing, and then unlock your phone again. I don't know. That's one thing I hate about the iPhone, is unlocking your stupid phone with your face instead of just using your finger. That's the version I had before. You just put your finger on there and it recognizes you and undoes it. But now you've got to use your face to unlock it. So here on my list of things that I'd like to do are a cancer update. So I am going to have to give you, I don't know if all of you that are watching, if you know my history, but I have had cancer. And so I have a cancer story if you go back through all my stuff. So I'll have to give you an update on that. So cleaning my toilet, I'm going to want to do a clean your toilet video. Dad jobs, I know that yeah, here's one of the things that I want to do, but I don't think it'll turn out very well. It's the dads, they have to do So when I come home and I walk from the car into the house, and you guys are probably all the same, but you walk from the car to the house and you see like little pieces of garbage along the walkway into your house. Well, every day I'll walk down that, and guess what? Guess who's the only one that will go and pick up that garbage? It's dad. It's dad. So I decided, oh, I'm gonna just wait. I'm just gonna leave that piece of garbage there and just see how long it sits there until somebody picks it up. Kids or wife or whoever pick it up. Nope, no one does. It's me. So I thought about doing this kind of funny thing, and I'm not sure how to do it, but this is what I would do: is I I would put something bigger, some bigger piece of garbage out in the front, and then just let it sit there. And then what I would do is hopefully somebody would pick it up. And if they picked it up, I would give them like $50 or $25 or $100 or something, and then bring the whole family together and say, hey, there was this big, huge, you know, piece of garbage out on the front lawn or out in the front yard. Who picked it up? And then everybody just kind of look at each other, and I don't know, probably be my wife. I picked it up. I'm like, you get $100 for picking it up. I mean, how cool would that be? Now, when my kids walk into the house from outside, they're going to start looking for garbage to pick up because it could be worth $100. Was that a great idea or what? I'm not sure how it would work out, but I've always thought that would be kind of a cool idea. So if you want to try that with your kids, you let me know. See, my phone just didn't unlock again because it didn't see my face. And I didn't want it clear up in front of my face. I want it off to the side. It still doesn't unlock for me. Dog breaks leash. Okay, there's a really good story about my dog breaking his leash. So our dog, I'll just tell him now, I guess. I'm doing it live. I need content. So Nala, of course, you guys have been watching Nala. Oh, by the way, I'm doing more Nala videos. I've got a couple more good ones coming. And so if you like my Nala videos, stay tuned, stay subscribed, and I will get you some more of those videos. Anyway, I had been taking Nala with me jogging, and so we would jog around the area, and there's a spot that goes by our high school and then back by the football stadium and then back home. So I would jog with her every day back there. Well, I'm trying to teach her to stay by me instead of like running off to the side and running off to the side. So when she started running off to the side, I'd pull her back, and then she would walk with me for a little bit, and then she'd run off to the side, and I'd pull her back. So one time I was about halfway around this whole thing, which is probably about a mile. So I was about halfway, and my leash, Nala yanked off to the side, and I pulled her back so that she could be right by me again. And then the leash broke, and Nala trotted ahead a few steps, and she looked back at me like, I haven't felt anything pull on my neck yet. Trotted for a few more, and I'm like, Nala, you better watch out. And she realized that I no longer had control of her. And she just darted off. She just took off behind the football stadium. And I looked at her, I'm like, there's no way I'm going to be able to catch this dog. There's no way. It just ran off to the side, cleared out the thing. I yelled at her, and I was pointing my finger, and I was whistling and snapping my fingers and everything that I could to get her to come back. Nope, she's not going to come back. So I'm like, all right, well, I guess all I'm going to do is just go home. So I just kept my jogging. I just kept jogging around the stadium. I went around the side, jogging around the set. All this time in my brain, I'm like, that stupid dog, that stupid dog. I'm so mad at that dog. I hope it doesn't get run over, and my kids are going to be mad at me because I lost the dog. And so I finally get to my street and start running up the street. And about halfway up the street, guess who comes down the street from the other direction? There comes Nala slinking down the road. And she sees me about halfway down the road, and she puts her tail between her legs, and she starts crawling, and she goes back to the house and waits right on the front porch because she knows she's in big, big trouble. So I run back the rest of the way, and she looks at me, and I get to her. I'm like, I'm so mad at you. You just took off and started running when that leash broke. And then my wife was there too, and I'm like, she was. I didn't know where she was going to go. I had no idea where she was going to go. She was going to be lost. But look at that. Smart dog. I know I've tested how smart she is with the tic-tac-toe and stuff like that. Pretty smart dog. She found her way back home anyway, and she decided to go back into our front porch anyway. And so when I got back to our house, there was Nala sitting in the front yard, just waiting for me to get. She knew she was in big trouble, and so she just slinked back inside. And of course, knowing that she's back and that she's okay, I wasn't as mad anymore, and so she made it back home safely. So that is my dog story. What do you do when you break that leash? I mean, there's nothing you can do. The dog can run faster than you and everything. So all you can do is just go back home, and hopefully she gets back home somehow or follows you. But I was thinking, man, she's just going to run and run and run, and who knows? We're never going to find her. Even if we get in a car, how are we going to be able to find her? She's just running off everywhere. So that is my dog breaks leash story for you. So double domino effect. So this is another idea that I've had. I would like to do. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it, but uh, I don't know if you've seen the bricks where you put line up bricks after brick after brick, and then you can, if you line them up correctly, when they fall, they kind of lean on each other, and then the very last one, the last brick falls, and then gives a little bit of space, and then all the rest of the bricks fall right in line. It's really cool how this little domino effect works. And I'm thinking of like going to Home Depot, or I'm going to Lowe's and buying a whole pallet of these bricks and then lining them up all along my street, all the way down the street, and then do this double domino effect. I think it would be really cool, and it might go viral. That's my one problem. I just don't have a video that's going viral. I guess my stuff just isn't that interesting. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe this video will go viral. Yeah, probably not. Let's see. So family password. I think I've talked about our family password before. If your family doesn't have a family password, dad out there, all you dumb dads, you should probably create a family password so that your kids know if you're sending them a message or not. If somebody comes and picks them up, you'll know. Oh, Robin got online. I've seen that video. It's so cool. I have no idea how they do it. So hopefully I'll be able to do that. Maybe. I don't know. I'm too scared to buy a whole pallet of bricks. So anyway, let's see. I thought I would talk about fiber optic cables because I work for a company that does fiber optics, and not everybody knows what fiber optic is and what it means. So I thought I would talk to you about some of that stuff. The Gerson diet. I've done some Gerson diet stuff. Gerson tips. I've actually done some Gerson tips. Grocery shopping, always wrong. Yeah, so when I go grocery shopping, I'm a dumb dad and I just buy the cheapest stuff that's out there. If I'm going to go buy a can of beans, I'll look at all the can of beans there in a row, pick the cheapest one. That's the one I do. My wife is not like that. She looks at the cans of beans, and she looks at the best product. Or I don't know if you have the best product, but a name brand. And it's going to be more expensive, but like she always said, it's, the name brand's going to taste better than the generic. But, dads, we don't care. I mean, we care about taste, but not as much as your wife and kids do, for sure. The kids. So when I was at college, nope, no name brands. It was always generic stuff. And hey, I'm still alive. And I saved a little bit of money. I don't know if it was worth it or not. Maybe the taste would have been more worth it. I hate school. Let's see, Kiki dance. So there's one of the things I need to get better at is taking some of the new popular stuff that's happening on YouTube and then do it myself. I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a new wiping video where you squirt the stuff on the mirror, and then you wipe across the mirror. And then one of the times you wipe across the mirror, the person wiping completely changes. Either they're like in makeup, or it's a completely different person, or if it's, a guy to a girl or whatever. So you wipe, and then it changes then you wipe one more time, and then you're back. And then it's kind of shocking. So I'm going to try to do one of those. That's popular right now, and I'm old dad's got to get one of those done. So maybe this weekend I'll do one of the wiping videos, and you'll be able to see it. So subscribe if you haven't already. Lucky numbers, love languages, make things up. Dads love making things up. I might do a video of that in the future. Sometimes my kids ask me really stupid questions, and sometimes I get tired of trying to look smart, like I know what I'm talking about, because a lot of the time I don't know the answer. And so I've decided just to start making stuff up. Why not just make it up? So my kids are like, hey dad, how many minutes does it take to run down to the store and grab the thing? I'm like, 365. They're like, 365 minutes? Really? How many is that? I'm like, I don't know. Or they'll ask me, hey, how much does it cost to rent a boat in North Carolina? I'm like, probably $625 for the $32 a day. I'm like, what? $32 a day? It's $64 a day. And so then once I kind of slur my numbers together, all my kids know that I'm just making stuff up. 65, 23, 87, 32. That's totally right. So if you're a dumb old dad and you're sick of getting all these questions, you don't know the answers, start making stuff up. Your kids will believe you for a little bit. They're like, oh my gosh, dad's so smart. He knows everything about how long it takes and how much it costs to rent a boat down in New Mexico. But you're just making it up. And then eventually they'll be like, you're just making that up, aren't you? I'm like, you're starting to catch on. Starting to catch on there, kids. Let's see. No food in the house. Ugh, I hate that. The kids, they come home and they open up the refrigerator. So I've wanted to do some type of a skit where I open up the fridge and there's food everywhere in the fridge. Food in the freezer, in the refrigerator, everywhere, top to bottom, there's food. They open it up and they yell at mom and dad, there's nothing to eat. They'll go into the pantry. There's food in the pantry all over the place. There's all sorts of candy and goodies, and there's, I don't know, everything. And what does the kid say? There's nothing to eat at home. Well, like, there's plenty of things to eat. You just don't want to take the time to make it. You'd rather just have mom or dad do it for you. So I started a podcast once, but there was only a few people that were listening, and it cost $25 a month to do a podcast. So I'm not going to spend $25 just to do a podcast for nobody listening to me. Maybe I'll do it again later if I get some more money. Quiet time. So in my life, I shouldn't use all of these. I should use it for another live video and go through some more of these. But so when we had young kids at home and we were done with church and we came home, we're tired. We just took all of our kids to church and they were all over the place and ornery, and it's just so much work to keep them at church and keep them quiet. So by the end of church, you're ready to go home and take a nap. The kids are still squirmy. They still want to do something. So we would come home and I would tell the kids, you guys can watch a church video. We usually used, what was it called? We used VeggieTales. He said, you can watch VeggieTales, but you need to be quiet. And I said, it is now quiet time. And so quiet time means no screaming, no yelling, no laughing. Everybody's quiet. So I'd set them down in front of the TV, turn on the VeggieTales, which is about biblical stories, and then I would go up to try and take a nap in my room. And inevitably, in about 2 minutes, I would be up there just about ready to go to sleep. And then somebody would scream, or they would laugh, oh, that's so funny. And I would get out of bed, I'd throw my blanket off, I'd trump downstairs, pump, 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 pump. And there's the kids all just sitting in front of the TV, looking at me, scared to death. I'm like, what time is it? They're like, it's quiet time, Dad. I'm like, it's quiet time. I don't want to hear another word. It's been 2 seconds. I just barely walked upstairs. You guys are already screaming and yelling and laughing. So then I go back upstairs. Less than 2 minutes later, again, I would run back downstairs and yell at them, it's quiet time. Finally, after 3 or 4 times, I think they finally worked. It's quiet time. And maybe my oldest, Kobe, maybe he helped control it a little bit more because now he's like, hey, everybody gotta stay quiet. We don't want that. Yeah. We don't want him running downstairs and yelling at us again. So that is the story of quiet time at our house. So even today, I think I could probably come in, see all my kids, and um, I would just say, "Hey, it's quiet time," and I think they'd be like, "Quiet time." I know exactly what that means. I'm not going to say anything. There you go. That's what quiet time is. Shaving cream. I've done some shaving cream stuff. Those are kind of fun. I might do some more. Stinky shoes under my bed. That's a good story. Tithing, toilet paper blower. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Tooth fairy. I've got some really great stories for the tooth fairy. If you want to, maybe I'll save that for next one. Vegetarian and vegan stuff. What's for dinner? Where are my shoes? I hate that one. Where are my shoes or where are my socks? The kids are constantly leaving their shoes somewhere and then asking us where their shoes are. Why would I know? I don't know where their shoes are. Where are my shoes? Where are my socks? The kids are constantly asking that. They probably ask you the same stuff. Dumb old dads out there. Okay, well, I think that is it. I've had a few people that, I have another comment. I would love to see more videos of hacks on taking care of kids and family when they are younger. That's a good idea. The quiet time is a really good one. So write that one down in your little book that after church, you get home, you're completely exhausted from taking care of these kids. Get them on a good video in front of a TV and quiet time begins now. Then, after you're done with your nap, quiet time is over and they can scream and yell and run around anything they want to. It's just fine. But you need to have quiet time for mom and dad. All right. Well, I appreciate all the people that came in and watched my video, my live video. So I'm home by myself right now. My son is off working. My daughter is, I think, off playing somewhere. And my wife is at Bunko. She plays Bunko. I don't know even what Bunko is, but that's where she's at. So I'm home by myself. I have free reign of the house. It doesn't have to be quiet time. So I thought, hey, I'm going to do a live video. That way, no one interrupts me while I'm doing it. It's kind of embarrassing. I must say, I mean, you guys probably don't know this, but when you're doing videos at home, your kids and your wife kind of look at you like, what is he doing? It's so weird. Sometimes they get involved and it's great. They see the fun video that I'm making and they'll get involved. But sometimes they look at me and they're like, okay, well, Dad's doing that thing again, whatever he is. Well, so I'd like to thank each one of you that is subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. My channel is growing. Just this last month, I've almost doubled my views. It's just been crazy that they have been going up. So things are looking better on my YouTube channel, and I have you to thank for it. Thank you so much for coming and watching my videos. If you like them, hit the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment, I personally will respond to each one of those comments. And if you would subscribe, that really helps me out. And so if you like, comment, and subscribe, that would be awesome. That helps me grow my channel. And of course, if you have a dumb old dad out there, or if you have kids out there that need to know what dumb old dads do, send them a link to one of my videos or send them a link to my homepage or my YouTube channel page. And then they can subscribe and maybe share it with somebody else. So thank you so much for watching my channel and watching my live. Well, it's not going to be live anymore. You're going to be watching it, recorded. Thank you for watching this recorded video. Please subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Dumb Old Dad.